Hello and welcome to Lawstreet Journal. In recent times, Lawstreet Journal has observed a major change in the way people are thinking and speaking at public gatherings. Their conduct can be perceived as a gross degradation to the fundamental rights and the freedom of speech and expression that falls under Article 19 in the Indian Constitution. Before going any further, let us understand what Article 19 subsection 1 dictates and what we mean by our freedom of speech and expression. In this video, we will show you how some people are misusing their fundamental rights publicly. We will also be acquainting you with the legal charges that can be applied in cases demonstrating a misuse of fundamental rights. Article 19 of the Indian Constitution 1949 enumerates upon the freedom of speech and expression to be assembled peacefully and without arms, to form association and union, to move freely throughout the territory of India, to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India, and to practice any profession or carry on any occupation, trade and business. But what we need to specifically focus upon here in the freedom of speech and expression and its misuse. We saw a few videos of comedians and activists who recently misused this right in the name of creative freedom. The said comedians could be seen making fun of India and our sacred Hindu gods just to gain viewership on YouTube, while the activists were seen indulging in similar acts to gain some followers, all while misleading the public. In one instance, a comedian named Surleen Kaur in her stand-up stint for Shimaru compared ISKCON union with porn, stating that they sound similar to her.
बेशक हम सब इस्कॉन वाले हैं, पर अंदर से सब हरामी पॉर्न वाले हैं। धन्य हो हमारे ऋषि मुनि जिन्होंने थोड़ी सी संस्कृत यूज करके अपने बड़े बड़े कांड छुपाए हैं। तो मैं खजुराहो टेम्पल देखने गई। 3 मिनट तक मैंने मूर्तियों को देख के सर खुजलाया और देखा कि अंकल की शक्ल किधर है और आंटी की टांगे किधर हैं। और इन लोगों ने अपनी प्राइवेट स्पेस में इतने गेस्ट क्यों बुलाए हुए हैं?
After the video got viral, the Vice President of ISKCON, Radharam Das, took to Twitter and filed an FIR against the comedian. Soon after, Shimaru Entertainment Limited responded to Radharam Das' tweet and apologized on behalf of Surleen Kaur. Although the video of Surleen's stand-up was published in 2019, it took to social media only recently. Another example of the misuse of our freedom of speech is when people and students in particular become provocative and show their outrage towards one another on the basis of their political views. Lawstreet Journal probed into an audio clip of a student who is connected with one of the leaders of Communist Party of India and former JNU President Kanhaiya Kumar in this matter.
आज तक ना हिटलर, मुलिसी से ज़्यादा बुरा कोई नहीं था। देखा था ना क्या हुआ था? तो तेरे नरेंद्र मोदी जी भी ना एक दिन वैसे ही लटकेंगे। ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं है, ठीक है?
While stating that people like Modi must be hung to death like Hitler. In addition to Surleen Kaur, we have a few more comedians on our list who have used Hinduism in their act while grossly misusing the freedom of speech and expression.
कि पहली प्लास्टिक सर्जरी इंडिया में हुई है, पता है किसकी? गणेश की। मैं मान गया कि पहली प्लास्टिक सर्जरी आपने करी है, इंडिया में हुई है, तो ठीक से तो कर लेते हैं। इसको देख के तो यही लगता है कि गांजा फूक के नहीं करना चाहिए सब। कौन आएगा तुम्हारे पास करवाने अगर तुम आदमी के सर की जगह, क्योंकि ये मेरी ये टांग की प्लास्टिक सर्जरी उन्हें गधे की टांग लगा दी उसकी।
This is not all. Retrospectively speaking, we could say that such hatred and misuse of freedom of speech started when Modi was elected as the Prime Minister of India in 2014. Many websites and comedians misused their rights at that point to spread hatred and communism in the society. People like Kanhaiya Kumar, Sharjeel Imam, Aishi Ghosh, Hardik Patel, Jignesh Mewani, Kunal Kamra, Tanmay Bhatt and Gursimran Khamba are a few who have misused their freedom of speech and expression by provoking communism, hate speech and comedy based on Hinduism. Now let's talk about the legal charges that can be applied in cases where people misuse the freedom of speech and expression. Firstly, Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code states that any person by words either spoken or written or by any signs or by any visible representation or whatsoever brings hatred or excites or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government established by law shall be punished with imprisonment for life or with fine or with both. In some cases, the imprisonment may last for up to 3 years depending on the extent of misuse. Accordingly, people charged with sedition are not allowed to take up government jobs and hold a position with the government. Even then, people like Hardik Patel, Kanhaiya Kumar, and Jignesh Mewani are known politicians as they were not charged under Section 124A despite enough evidence against them. Further, Section 499 of the Indian Penal Code states that any person by words either spoken or written or by signs or visible representation makes or publishes any imputation that harms an individual or an organization, living or non-living, or harms the feeling of any individual or family may be charged under for defamation. A person may be charged with imprisonment for up to 3 years or fine or both. The comedians that we mentioned above have been and shall certainly be charged under this section. Well, this is all we have for you today. If you find anything informative in this video, kindly like it and share it. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and for more videos you must subscribe to our YouTube channel.